Yo, I'm Adam and this is South Manchester Electrical. I'm looking over there but the lens is there. That's what you do, you look at yourself instead of looking at the lens. Episode 3. Today I'm going to be putting some outdoor sockets indoor, an outdoor socket outdoor and an outdoor fuse spur indoor. Well, it's indoor, outdoor, indoor, whichever way around you want to call it, but you'll know what I mean anyway. There's some like green room, glass room, conservatory type thing, little fancy thing that's it's got composite decking in it. I think it's composite decking, but they give it a jet wash now and again just to bring it up clean and new. So we're gonna have to put some weatherproof badges in there, so I'm gonna crack on with it and I'll show you what I'm doing. So as you can, I've got an outdoor socket indoor going indoor there. We've got this flexi. There's a flexi there, but I've just pulled it out there, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to stick this on the BG outdoor weatherproof socket straight into the bottom there. Now don't get me wrong, these flexi conduit glands are IP rated. We did a job a few weeks ago where somebody had took them into the top of a whisker box, into the top entry of a whisker box, and there's water ingress and a fault on a lighting circuit. So just so you know, these are not IP rated. So we'll get that on there, get this socket on, get that one in there, and then there's some conduit and stuff to go on that wall to feed that canopy. So I'll crack on. So there's the first one ready to go in. Nice little drain hole in the corner there, so if any water does get in it can get out. I'll tell you what, this stuff is awkward to drill and get a fix into. It's absolutely rock hard. The screws just spin. Wood screws just spin because it's not wood, it's composite. Look at that one there, it's not even in properly. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? It's not even going in all the way, it's just spinning. Oh, that's not my fault. So I'll get the screw back. Great, these sockets. There's no messing about with screws and stuff, it's just a quarter turn, half turn locking system. Absolutely game changing. Setting the benchmark for the outdoor sockets. So that's them done. I'm not going to spend 10 minutes of your time showing you me fixing 2 outdoor sockets. When I can get the juicy stuff in, which is going to be inside here. So what we've got here now is obviously the canopy, which is off, which needs fusing down. So we've got a little bit of trunking up there. And we want to bring a conduit down that nib, that little reveal there, which is obviously knuckle to end of finger length, about 2 or 3 inches, down there, and then round that sharp corner to an outdoor weatherproof fuse spur and an outdoor weatherproof socket. So the question is, how do you get a plastic PVC conduit round and up that corner from there, down, round and up? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a coupler. I'm going to make 2 bends. To come down and round, and I'm going to cut a coupler down. Now it sounds a bit sketchy, but it'll be right because I'm going to solvent weld it as well, because once that stuff goes off it ain't going anywhere. I'm going to solvent weld. I'm pretty sure it reacts, and it reacts with the PVC. Somebody's probably going to put me right on this, but it reacts with the PVC without me looking it up, and it melts it together, or some compound sticks it together or whatever. So outdoor double socket, fuse spur, round, cut along, put a 90 bend in it, then put another 90 bend in the piece down, and then join them together with a little short coupling cut in half. So that should, and then just put some, obviously this flex isn't long enough, I'm going to put some through crimps on this and heat shrink it inside the razzmatazz. So I'm going to nail a black coffee which are proper strong from here. What we've done is we've staggered the strands, so hopefully I can. It's awkward this, not having rodders here. Unfortunately I'm not an octopus. I've not got 12 hands, so I'll just put that down there. Move them up. And obviously what I'll do is we'll zoom out. Absolute cinematography this, and it camera angles and all that. We'll just heat shrink it. Now, there probably is other ways to do this, and people will turn a nose up at that, because it's sort of you're not meant to join cables out and put them inside a trunking or a conduit. But what else can I do? We can't get a fuse spur up there because it'll look awful, and there's nothing to play with. I don't really want to. I'm not opening that up to extend it. So, and it's not like it's not going to be accessible, because obviously if there's no power getting to that, it's only fed from a fuse spur there. So it's obviously blatant to see that it's something on the cable. If there's 240 on the outlet, and then there's no 240 between conductors and earth up top, if an electrician can't figure that out, to me he isn't an electrician. He is a clown, a chancer, a dosser. Next job now is we're gonna, sorry mind the finger, we're gonna mount double socket, and then I'm gonna swap out that single socket for the BG 13 amp 1 gang 900 series double pole switch fuse connection unit plus LED. Basically it's just a 13 amp switch spur. Some talking that, isn't it? BG 900 series 13 amp 1 gang double pole switch fuse connection unit plus LED. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so we'll replace that for that, fuse it down, and sit down. I'm gonna put a bush and a couple in between there, or just a bush and a lock nut. Yeah, a bush and a lock nut and a lock nut in the middle, I think we'll go for on that one, which will look beautiful. And then obviously conduit out up to the joint we've just made, and a little bit of conduit out to the two legs we've got at the bottom here. We've got the ring in there, so we'll just join one out in the back of the socket, loop round and back in to continue the ring, obviously over to our two sockets in that corner. So get bending, proper bender, do it. So another great thing about these spurs, not that it's great, like it's magical or anything, but obviously it's a low profile switch socket that has come out of there, obviously replacing it for a fuse spur, and the little toggles that hold it in, obviously they come with like a little hook on them as well. And what you can do is take the screw out and flip them over so that actually catches on the other side of it. Let's see if I can do it with you so you can see it. So unscrew that. Just let that toggle around. So that hook, instead of it being up, it's down, and it actually sits over without dropping the screw into the rubbish box. So now you can see that hook hooks it down, whereas on the bottom ones because it was a low profile. The hook was, I don't know how to say it, pointing up, concave, and now it's convex. Call it what you want, if you know what I mean. But, and you can just tighten them up, tighten it up, and obviously it catches them perfect and it'll hold it in place. Whereas obviously on the bottom ones, they were the other way around. So now obviously we'll flip them two over and hold it down. Perfect. Now bending conduit. There's a couple of good videos online. I think one of the best ones is Gary from eFix GSH. I can't remember what his technique is, but I always call it, to avoid getting ripples in your conduit, I call it the nipple to finger. So nipple to your fingertip, bend your cable, or bend your singles. Usually it's a single wrapped around your spring. So you can put it over your knee, but you're most likely to get a ripple in that. So obviously finger thing, we know we need to bend it there. Give it a little warm up. And if you bend it over your knee, you're most likely going to ripple it. If you do the strongman technique, you won't ripple it. To be fair, there is a little bit in that, but not bad at all. You can't even see it, there's no ripple on that. And then back to it. Bosh. So this is where we're at now. Conduit down to the floor. I can't nip. I'd have liked to have obviously put a saddle in that, but it's absolutely rock hard. It's not moving anywhere because they didn't cut a little hole out. They basically pushed right up in the little nibs out of it, so it's got to go like that, unfortunately. When they laid the decking, they didn't take enough out of it. They weren't to know, but they should have just took a 20mm out of it, but it is what it is. So now we're gonna join one onto there, take that through to there, and then put a loop back through, and that'll continue our ring. Gonna take this out round there and up to there. A little sexy joint inside the conduit. In the words of MJ, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Ow, that's too much black coffee, that actually. I'll stop it, Anna. Yeah, double socket, few spur, butted up to each other with a bush and a lock nut, and it'll look mint. Conduit out, bend on it, cut the bend off, little stubby end at the bottom end, straight down, bend off 90, cut that off, join it together. Now literally there's no other way you can do that. I'd have to put two 90s. You have to bend the conduit. Now if there's some magical way of bending conduit from a 90 straight up to another 90, please let me know, because I'd love to be able to do it, but on this occasion I can't. So that's us done on this one. I'll spin you around, but if you like the video, like and subscribe, ring the bell, do whatever you've got to do on this. But yeah, that's what I was saying about this beautiful garden. A nice massive tree there, hot tub, oh naughty, nice little well, I said, what was it called, the green room, glass room, whatever. It's mint. Obviously we've got our two sockets, but then if there's any other way of getting a 90 and then a 90 straight away, I'd love for you to let me know. But there's no way I could bend that without the unorthodox cut coupler. I think it looks pretty good, to be fair. Like I said, it goes up inside the conduit to our crimped heat shrunk joint, and then across to this little Bobby Dazzler. Let's look at that, because it gets stifling in summer, so that'll keep the temperature down in here, which looks nice. And that's it. That's the video. So yeah, like and subscribe, do your thing. All the best. Peace out.